All right, hello Petaluma. I just wanted to do a video for you guys on the decontamination procedures that we're implementing. Some of them we already implemented, but we have some new tools that are coming into play today. So it's easier to explain it in a video than try to type it out in a policy or a procedure. So here you go. So the first thing is our pump. Solo pump devices or atomizers. These have already been placed on the ambulances, and the new item over here, which I'll get to, is the Hudson atomizer. And so we'll talk about this and how to properly use it and the solutions to put in it. So starting with PPE, anytime we're using the Hudson atomizer, we need to make sure that we're covered, our skin is covered. So you see I'm wearing my pants and my wildland jacket. You can also don any other PPE, so anything as long as you're fully covered. So some people might want to wear the Tyvek suits, but minimally make sure you have long sleeve shirt or jacket and pants, boots. For your face, we want to make sure we have goggles, so we're bringing goggles out to each station, an N95 mask, and gloves. So I'll put all that on as soon as I get over to the Hudson. For the solo sprayers, these are for ambulances mostly. They can be used for the engine, but they're in the ambulances. The idea here is that after a run with a patient with symptoms, you can use these atomizers, these sprayers, to clean the ambulance up or decon the ambulance, so you can either respond to another call or come back to the station for a more in-depth decon. Once we're back at the stations, the Hudson sprayers are available, and our idea there is that right now in the COVID pandemic situation, at the beginning of each set, we would use those on our ambulance and our engine, and then as needed basis throughout the shift, depending on call volume and depending on the type of calls that you have. So those can also be used in the station as well as this, but they can be used in the station to decon the station. And as we get more, as we get used to it and we feel it out, we absolutely can start implementing some procedures where we clean our stations maybe on a Saturday or once a month. But so those are the tools. I'll go through the process. In the solo sprayers right now, we have the Eco hydrogen peroxide cleaner, and that's what's recommended to put in these. We can also put the Sanidate 5.0 in it. However, the Sanidate only lasts 48 hours after you mix it with water. So that's why this would be the preferred, because it can sit in the ambulance for as long as until you need to refill it. When we get on to the atomizer and the Hudson sprayer, we're going to be using the Sanidate, but if we run out or for some reason the Eco that comes from the station dispenser can also be used in that Hudson sprayer. So I shouldn't have to speak too much on this. It's self-explanatory. We've all been using it. Pump it up, pull the trigger, and spray it. Wipe it down when you're done with it. So that should be pretty self-explanatory for everybody. All right, so let's talk about the Sanidate 5.0 and the Hudson sprayer. Minimum PPE is going to be an N95 mask, gloves, goggles, and obviously full garment so that there's no skin exposure. When you're mixing, this 2-gallon bottle will be at headquarters. When we purchase the smaller bottles that we'll bring to each station 2 and 3, so that we don't have to have the larger bottles at each station. It's only 2 ounces per gallon. So this stuff will go a long way, but again, it only lasts for 48 hours. So if we mix it at the beginning of each shift, we decon our rigs and use as needed. When the next shift comes on, they're gonna need to mix a new batch. So right now, we would just pour two ounces of this into our measuring cup, put it into the container, which already has a gallon of water in it, and hook up our atomizer. All we do is put the tube in the canister, set the atomizer on top, and it has a locking system here to lock it down. After that, you're ready to go. All right, so now we're gonna go into utilizing the Hudson atomizer. It's just an on-off switch right here. It's plugged into electric, 110, and on the end is a nozzle. The preferred setting is medium, but you can play with that. So it's on medium right now. Just as a reminder, we only have a gallon in because again, it's only good for 48 hours. So there's no reason to mix 2 gallons unless we're doing a whole station or something. So just 1 gallon is plenty. What I'm gonna have Arturo do is demonstrate from the back of the ambulance, then go to the side of the ambulance and then get the cab and then shut the doors, and we need to leave the ambulance alone for a minimum of 10 minutes. There's no wipe down with this solution. You let it dry and go on with your day. So go ahead, Arturo. The flatter you keep the container, the better it'll work. Right, so it's going to go to the side of the ambulance, do the side, and then do the cab, and then we'll shut everything down. Just a light spray in the cab is plenty, but make sure the MDC is closed, and then we'll close the door. All right, that should be good.